Yo, it's the stock market recap where I teach you how to use technical analysis, and we also break down how the trading week went. So let's go to these charts, and we're about to check out how it performed and see if we can get any insight for what can happen next week. We are growing. Thank you for checking me out every single week. I know you've seen the growth as far as the videos are concerned. We've had a very good path that we've been driving on. Thank you again for checking me out. I really appreciate it. Check me out on the website, wincrease.com. Get the merch. Represent the merch. This is what we're doing here. This is the movement. You're part of the team. I appreciate it. So let's go to these charts. S&P closed at 4,348.87. And we checked the record high. So let's recap what we did last week. All right, last week we were talking about how the market is likely going to continue to move lower. And the pattern that I saw, which is the H pattern. On top of that, we have a head and shoulder pattern, which is something that I did hint at a while ago that we had the formation of. And we're looking like we're forming the final shoulder on that. And we had a close below the neckline, so we are likely going to continue to move lower. This is going to be pretty simple here. The trend has been good for a while. We broke it, and usually when that happens, it's not a good sign. Target price is still 4,000. That's it. That's the S&P. Let's go ahead and check out the Russell, and we use ticker IWM to follow the Russell. Now, IWM closed at 199.47, and we see that record high. We talked about this pattern before and how we saw that it was going to move lower to around that 200 price target. And last week I said we had okay movement, but we failed to close higher that prior week, and then this week we started to move lower. And that's what I figured what was going to happen. I wanted some stabilization, which we did get. Didn't move too much. However, the next coming weeks, probably going to get another big move. And it's going to likely retest around this 190 area. And we're going to see if that holds. Right now, momentum is to the downside, and that may likely not hold. So I am looking for IWM to retest that 190 area, whether it'll be next week or the week after. So IWM pretty weak, and to the downside we go. So now let's check out the Dow, and we use ticker $DJI. All right, so the Dow closed at 34,079.18, and we see our record high. All right, what we got here? We got our double top situation that we talked about, and now we have another H pattern that's forming on this side and to the downside. So we're likely going to retest everything and move back down to this 33,000 area, what I think for next week. This gets easier, and let's check out now the Nasdaq, and we use ticker NDX. The Nasdaq closed at 14,009.54, and we see the record high now. And once again, another H pattern. We had weakness, inverted hammer, a continuation signal where it likely will come back to test around at least that 13,700 area. So every single index is on the fritz. It's not looking good. This is what I was talking about last week. So let's recap. We got the S&P head and shoulder pattern with the last part starting to form now with a break of the neckline. Okay, and that's something that you want to understand. Check out my chart pattern course on my website. That'll help you with a lot of chart patterns, the main ones. All right, so S&P head and shoulder pattern, boom. All right, to the downside. Then we have the Russell, which is also showing continuation to the downside. And then we have the Dow, which is also showing some continuation. It's had a double top and likely to continue to move lower. And now we have the Nasdaq also showing a head and shoulder pattern, also showing the tail end of things starting to break down. So all 4 indexes right now are continually looking weak, looking to break down. And like I said, all this is okay. This isn't the end of the road. This allows somebody who wants to put some money into the market to start to get things at a lower price and build the portfolio for the future. Because that is what the stock market is about. Speaking of the future, make sure you take care of your future self. Get your water in your body. This is something that is extremely important. Screw these markets. You need water. You need water in your body to take care of yourself, flush out toxins, all of that good stuff. Health is wealth. Also, spend some time with people that you love, because that energy, you reciprocate it. So get people around you that you love and that love you. Take your time, enjoy it with them. All right. Make sure your weekend goes well. Hopefully it goes safely. And we will check you next week. Peace.